I have a general question for y'all. What do fairies, elves, and dragons have in common? I'll wait. I actually have no idea. I'm so sorry to waste your time like that. Let me not even try and joke. But what I do know is that you can find them all in a little place called Efteling, the fantasy-based theme park in the Netherlands. And in true De Wora fashion, I dressed up for the part. I mean, do you see that butterfly eyeshadow? What? Cha, I did not come to play. No sir, no ma'am. Hey guys, it's your girl Deborah, so singer songwriter and everything else in between. If you're new here, hi. I like to do a lot. I like to make makeovers and I like to explore stuff. If you like that, subscribe.
Rides and like world record rides and stuff like that. I care a lot about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I love theme parks.
Okay, we've noticed.
But like this does not hit the same as I wanted it to because there's construction.
Oh God.
I'm so sad.
To me personally, it still slaps. One thing I was super surprised by when it came to Efteling is just how detailed everything is. I first thought of maybe it was just a random collection of a lot of things, but they have their own lore, they have their own fantasy tales, they have their own characters. It was very much like a very detailed thing. They also had like quite a number of frogs, but they also had swans in the same lake. I thought that was quite like a significant nod to a lot of the fairy tales that we grew up with as kids. Again, the planning and detail was top tier. The first ride that I went through was none other than Joris and the Draak, aka Joris and the Dragon. So I noticed immediately when you walk through that the actual rides are split into two, fire and water, and they actually compete against one another in a race. But I did choose fire. Looking back at the ride Joris and the Draak, it wasn't actually scary. It's just the problem is that I decided to close my eyes the whole entire time because I naturally do not like roller coasters. So for all my fellow scaredy cats out there who also feel sick after getting on a roller coaster or just hate the experience, pro tip, don't close your eyes while you're on the ride. It makes the ride seem scarier than it actually is. Fata Morgana. Or at least that's how I think you pronounce it. Either way, I loved this ride. It was the first dark ride we went on. Because Fata Morgana is a dark ride, when I tried to record with my phone, it literally did not come out good. So I had to find another video for you guys just to show you what it looks like on the inside. But damn, it was pretty as heck. For a little food break, we decided to get some churros. And I must say, that was my first time eating a churro. 20 out of 20, 1,000 out of 100, would do again. If it was possible for me to fit that much food in my stomach, I would get a second round. Like, that stuff was good. I'm gonna say it right now, Villa Volta was my second favorite ride in Efteling. Villa Volta got to me. It first lied to me at the beginning. See, when you come in at the beginning, there's this old man telling the story about the haunted mansion, and he's talking for like a good 5 minutes, and you think, okay, what's going on? But then the doors open, and when the doors open, you're seated in this like middle hallway, and all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, this room starts moving. And when I tell you, everything about Villa Volta was perfect. The musical score was on point. It was entertaining to listen to. The movement within the house was great. It was also a little bit scary because you didn't know where you were and it was kind of trippy. I loved it. The musical score was so good that I ended up listening to it after I left the theme park because I just loved the music that much. 10 out of 10. Second favorite, but at the same time, iconic. The first attraction that I fully went to that was not a ride was the Spokeslots, aka the Fairy Tale Forest. The Fairy Tale Forest is quite large and we actually did get lost twice, but no one needs to know that. The point is that it was fun. It was great to see just how detailed Efteling was. and how much effort they really put into the stories to make it, you know, something of its own. I really appreciated it. I must say the fairy tale forest contains some of the most iconic characters that Efteling has, such as Mr. Fairy Tale Tree right over here, and of course the legendary Mr. Longneck. Also, I just want to give an honorary mention to the talking trash can, aka Mr. Papier here. Papier here has a special place in my heart. Vogel Rock ended up being one of my favorite attraction rides of Efteling, especially because it was a roller coaster ride in the dark. It means that it wasn't as scary for me because I literally could not see my surroundings. At some point, it was so pretty when they put out all the stars in the darkness. I couldn't video it myself because we were going relatively fast. However, I could try and show you guys. They had pretty stars everywhere, and when you see it in person, it's like this like odd, overwhelming feeling, but at the same time, you're also inside of a bird. It's like it's a wonder on its own. The second attraction that we decided to stop by was by Spokeslots. I don't know the English translation for that, but it was basically just meant to be another haunted house. To be honest, Spokeslots had us in the first round. When you first came in and they closed the doors on you, it was quite spooky. It was a little scary, not gonna lie. In fact, at some point, Lauren actually reached out for my hand just to make sure I wouldn't get scared enough to run outside. But then as the show started, it turned into like an odd sort of musical that was actually quite comedic, not gonna lie. It was in no way, shape, or form scary. It was, at some point, it was so funny that I could not hold in my laughter because like the table started moving, the coffin started dancing, and I was like, wait, this is actually quite hilarious. I can see why this can be scary for kids, but for an adult, it was honestly just comedic relief. For me personally, I still loved it regardless. Towards the end, when Efteling decides to close, they always leave with a lovely water show called Aqua Nora or Aqua Nora. The show was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, I could only get it from the back view, but I did find a lovely clip to show you what it looks like from the top. It's absolutely stunning. And one thing, again, that I will say about Efteling is the detail that they really put in. When you listen to the actual 12 minutes of the musical score actually contains a lot. The musical score actually contains a compilation of the other musical scores of different rides and attractions, and they sort of put it all together into one big harmony and symphony, and it glides, it's smooth, it harmonizes perfectly into one another, and it makes for such an amazing show. It made you feel like you were in some sort of movie in a time capsule for 12 minutes. It was absolutely stunning.
A little review. How was it? Iconic, fun. How do you feel, Neria?
It was great. A thrill of a lifetime.
Personally, a little traumatic for me.
And with nail marks in my hand.
Yeah,
so.
no, the boat ride was unsurprisingly, or actually surprisingly traumatic. Don't need to do that again, but that's just me. Okay, so.
I had so much fun.
Nah,
so much fun.
Lauren went on the big scary one.
I'm coming back. She went on.
Anyway, whew, I'm done for the day. I'm spent. I'm over it. And I'll check you guys later. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This was really like a fun time for me. If you guys want to see more videos like this, subscribe and let me know down in the comments what I should try next when I go to Efteling in the summer. And if you want to hear more about the shenanigans we get into, definitely listen to my podcast. It is called The Student Diaries, link in the description. Okay, bye.